So this was one of my favorite lessons that we did in the month of February, the Love Monster, and you'll see the Love Monster all over the place now on Pinterest, lots of different ways to do it, but this is my version. This is the book Love Monster, and I was surprised a lot of my students hadn't heard it, so I'm going to read it to you real quick. This is a monster. Hello, monster. I think you'll agree he's a little bit funny looking, to say the least. He lives in a world of cute, fluffy things. Official pile of extreme cuteness, which makes looking funny. Oh, which I said that wrong, which makes being funny looking pretty darn hard. You might have noticed that everybody loves kittens and puppies and bunnies, you know, cute, fluffy things. But nobody loves a slightly hairy, I suppose a bit googly-eyed monster. Poor monster. This might be enough to make a monster feel, well, a bit down in the dumps, but not being the moping around sort, he decided to set out and look for someone who'd love him just the way he was. He looked high, he looked low. Tumbleweed. He looked middle-ish. He looked inside, and outside. More than once he thought that maybe, just maybe, he'd found what he was looking for. But as it turned out, things were never quite as they seemed. Yes, it would be fair to say that his search did not go well. And then it didn't go well some more. My book is stuck. It didn't go well for such a long time, in fact, that it began to get dark and scary and, well, not very nice. So the monster, having lost all his oomph, decided it was time to give up, bus to Cutesville, and go home. Here comes the bus. But in the blink of a googly eye, everything changed. You see, sometimes when you least expect it, love finds you. I love this story. So, here is how you do your love monster. How I do my love monster. So I'm going to go ahead and just start with a black crayon. I'm not going to use a pencil. You're going to start by just drawing the top of his head and his ears. And then right from his head, it goes right down into his arms. And then from there, you do his body and his feet. So here again, going straight down into his arms, hands, body, feet. And then I just go out like that. And like that for his feet. I gave him some toenails. I did not make them look very nice. They almost look like little rocks. I'll put some little triangles in there. And then he needs some eyes. So just two circles. Mine was looking up. Give him some eyebrows and a couple little eyelashes. The mouth is very important. He's kind of grinning. His big teeth showing. And of course, his heart. Then to add some texture, I'm just going to put some black crayon lines to make it look like he's furry. And now I'm just going to paint. So I have my fancy paints here. I love my fancy paints. Oh, and the other thing I did, in the book the background's yellow, and so I painted my background yellow, but I used white crayon to make some swirls, but they didn't really show up very well, so I'm going to take purple this time and just do a little background with some purple swirls. All right, so my love monster is red. So because I use crayon, there's going to be like a little border. It's going to keep the paint from bleeding out into the other areas where I don't want it. What works even better is oil pastel. So I'm just going to really quick paint my love monster. And this color is kind of like a magenta pink, I would say. And if you feel like your color is too bright, then you just add water and kind of drag it through the color, and then it will lighten it up. I'm not too concerned about parts of it being light and parts of it being dark. I'm okay with that. I think it makes the fur look a little more natural. Now be careful when you get around the teeth, because you don't want to paint the teeth or the eyeballs red. You want to keep that white. So I'm going to be really careful right around here. If you get a little bit in there, it's okay. It's not going to matter. Sometimes I get going and I forget, and then I paint things the wrong color, the color I didn't want. So just go slow, take your time. I'm kind of going fast because I figure you guys don't really want to watch me paint. Then of course you could be painting while I'm talking. And then maybe I went too fast on the drawing part and you had to pause it. A little bit more. Now the heart, I'm going to paint the heart blue. Oh, look at that. I forgot his arm right there. Gotta finish. And maybe if you have the book or you look up the book online, maybe you want to do the girl love monster. Or you could do both of them in the same scene. That would be really cute too. Do his toenails. And then the background is yellow. So I'm going to get a bunch of yellow here. The reason I like my fancy paints is the colors are a lot brighter. See, now you can see the purple crayon through, because it did like a watercolor resist. And while I'm doing the background, the monster is drying, and then I'll show you how I add oil pastel to give it more definition. So Love Monster is very popular around Valentine's, but I think Love Monster is perfect to do anytime. You could make a card for maybe Mother's Day or Father's Day. Out of your Love Monster. And remember, I'm just your guide, so you just use my ideas and then get creative. All right, now I'm going to get my oil pastel, and I'm just going to add some. Actually, I want to go around with my black. I'm going to outline it again with my black oil pastel, because it's a little darker. And that's going to sit up on top of the watercolor. And I'm not super careful, just going over all the lines again. Okay, then I'm going to take my red and I'm just going to add some like definition and shadows to give it just a little more depth. And there you have your Love Monster. Here's one, here's that one, here's another one. So every time you do it, it's going to turn out a little different, but I hope you have fun with this lesson, and we'll see you next time. Bye.